Hey guys, back here at Fellsmere, going to do a little fishing, but doing something a little bit different, something I've done before, but it's been a couple of years, and that's actually fishing from the bank. I see a few people ask that question on some of the media sites, you know, can you fish from the bank at Fellsmere Headwaters Lake? The answer is yes. There's only one spot that you can go to, and that's over by the kayak launch, and that's over at the Farm 13 Stick Marsh Farm 13 boat ramp. It's the West Levee, and the West Levee, it actually runs down about 7 miles, and so you got that whole shoreline to work. So we're going to go down there, we're going to kind of check it out. I'm going to talk about some of the equipment, what you got to use to be productive, and things to look out for while you're out there. So we'll talk a little bit about what you need to bank fish out here in at Headwaters Lake. You can walk. I mean, like I say, you got 7 miles of area to fish down this levee. But like I say, sometimes it can be a really long walk. So I rather use a bike, and I got my bike rigged up. I use some of my Scotty mounts from my paddleboard, and I mounted it on the back of my bike so I can carry 3 rods. Now the rods you carry, they need to be heavy rods, man. You don't want to go out here with light tackle because you're casting to, there's like a little canal runs along the levee called I call it the West Canal, and there's a lot of vegetation. So if you hook a bass, even a 1-pound bass, he goes in that vegetation, you got to be able to pull him out of that vegetation, and you don't want to go in that water. There's a lot of gators, there's a lot of snakes, so you got to have rods that can handle it. A good bait casting rod, and what I'm using, this is a bait casting rod. I have it hooked with a DOA worm and a little pinch weight, or a little weight up top, about 10 inches from the top. That is a good lure to throw. Top water's good. You can throw a frog. I throw something weedless. I'm using a PT7, and if you look at this, I like it better than a frog because I can cast at a country mile. This thing will cast like a bullet. It is weedless, and it does catch fish. And like I say, I got another bait casting rod. I would use braid, at least 20 to 30 pound test, to be able to get these bass out of there. The other lure that I would carry is a paddle tail. That's a DOA 4-inch paddle tail, rigged weedless. Like I say, and I do have weight on it, so I can cast it. I get the distance. I can, you know, pull it across some vegetation. Very effective lure out here. And of course, you know, like also sometimes I rig it up with the airhead, and another really good lure. Now I keep all my gear in a backpack, so I carry a backpack on my back. Also, very important, make sure you bring. I got a little cooler here. It's got 3 bottles of water in there. Bring plenty of stuff to drink because it can get hot out there, and sometimes that trip back can be long, especially if you make your way back to the back section of the lake. So that's a little bit of the gear I'm using. Now I'm going to go catch some fish. As you can see, you got a lot of spots where you can fish, but there's 3 things you got to look out for while you're being out here. First, alligators. This is alligator heaven. I mean, there's a lot of gators on it. This is a solid body of ground. In the wintertime, the gators like to come up and sun themselves. This is an excellent spot to do it. You know, they can be in this vegetation. You don't know, so take care, especially if you got children with you. Keep them close by. Really inspect the area. Don't let them get too close to the water. Now, where you see these weeds, there's water underneath there, okay? It gets wet quick. Second of all, water moccasins. They can be very aggressive. So how do you tell a water moccasin from a regular water snake? The water moccasins will be aggressive. They will come after you. So if you see a snake coming toward you, just back off. They're not going to catch you. A gator can catch you. They're super fast on land. Don't let them fool you. So if you see a gator, don't panic. Just slowly back up. Walk back slowly. Don't panic. But realize they can catch a horse in a short distance. So you definitely want to keep your distance from gators. And the third thing you got to watch out for, and the one thing that's probably going to get you while you're out here, is fire ants. This place is full of fire ant mounds, huge fire ant mounds. If you're not careful, you step in one, you're going to get eaten alive by these things. They're all over the place out here. So, all right, well, I'm about 4 miles down. Don't think I'm going to make it down to the 7 miles, because right now they're doing some work on the pump house, and this is the pump house that feeds into the Stick Marsh Farm 13. So they got the road blocked off, they got it signed off. It's a construction area, so for now you got 4 miles of bank to work. So 3 miles more to the south, and that'll probably be open sometime next year, probably late next year. By the time they finish this project, it will be open all the way down. So, you know, it gives you 7 miles of 7 miles of area to work. So you got a lot of water to work. You just got to pick your spots. Key thing, long cast. Make sure you got rods that have good line. You make long cast, and if you do hook something, that you can get it out of the vegetation. So if you do that, chances are you come out here, you could catch a bass of a lifetime even without a boat. So it is doable. You can fish from the bank. Just follow the few guides that I've given you and get out there and catch some big fish. Till next time, this is Pete Hink. We'll see you.